In this video, I'm going to be building a landing page by vibe coding, whatever the hell that is. In all seriousness, I'll be making a landing page for my newsletter using Lovable. Along with that, I'll be adding AI automations on the back end to capture emails and add them to my email marketing campaign using Zapier. If we haven't met yet, my name is Brock Messerich and this channel is AI for non-techies. I'm not a developer, but I build some pretty cool things with AI and show you how to do the same. So without further ado, let's dive in and do this. I'm going to go through, I'm actually going to choose a template. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to add my own spins using Lovable. So let's go ahead and dive into this now. Also, I want to mention I'm going to be adding AI automations on the back end of this to actually capture the email, send an email that is customized to this person, as well as add them to our email marketing software using Zapier. So make sure to stick to the end to see me do that. But let's go ahead and let's build this out. I was playing around with the platform and I absolutely love this landing page that somebody actually made. So shout out to Razul Karaf Arif. I don't know how to say her name. I butchered it, but he's the one that built this. I'm going to be using this as a template and adding my own spins on top of this in order to create my newsletter landing page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around. Let's just take a look at this. I think this looks super smooth. There's a lot of this that we could just easily edit out using the edits feature. And we're going to basically use Lovable to make it our own. So let's click on Remix. I'm going to remix this now. Okay, here we go. So this is obviously the landing page, the exact landing page from the template that we got. We need to now change this and make this our own. So let's just say, let's customize this to a newsletter called AI for non-techies. Keep the layout the exact same. Just change the copy so it's custom to us. Okay, so let's give it that. It's now going to begin making some changes, and then I'll go through using the edits feature and just basically edit all the things that aren't customized using AI. So let's give it a second and let's see what it gives us. All right, so it looks like our landing page has slightly been modified to AI for non-techies. So let's take a look and see what has changed. We still have this logo up here for Pulse Robot. So we need to go ahead and I'm going to edit that and change it. So all I need to do is click on edit. I could select this here and I could literally change this to my own logo or image right here, but I'm just going to delete it because I don't need it there, as well as I'm going to delete this whole header because I don't need the topics, home, and I don't need all of that stuff. So we're going to make this newsletter pretty simple, or this landing page pretty simple. So here we go. We change this to newsletter. Let's just delete this because I don't need number one. Let's make sure to save all of our changes. All right, so here we go. We got newsletter. We got AI for non-techies, demystifying AI. I like this. However, let's go ahead and make some changes to the copy here. Let's change it and customize it to our own. So I'm going to click on this and basically prompt the AI and change it. So let's change this text to say AI for non-techies made simple. So AI for non-techies made simple. I think that's just a better slogan there. So let's just click that. And so it should now make this change, as well as let's make a change to our subtext there as well. All right, so now we got AI for non-techies made simple. Let's move down and see what we want to change. So let's play around with this, subscribe now. Okay, so humanoid. So why humanoid? We obviously need to change this. So let's just click here. I'm going to delete this. I need to make sure to save after each of these edits. All right, so weekly AI updates in one place. And let's just change this to your one stop for all AI updates. And then I really love what they did with this section right here. So I think we could add some pretty cool things to these cards in order to customize it and make it our own. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, I decided to change this to weekly AI updates and use cases. I think that sounds just a little bit better. All right, so every week, thousands of AI tools come out. We simplify the ones that truly matter. And let's go to the next one and change the text here. Showcasing the most practical ways to implement AI into your daily life. That looks great. And then let's go ahead and, okay, for whatever reason, it's not allowing me to edit this white text here. So I might need to delete this. I'm gonna have to delete this whole entire div, which is essentially this big card here. So I'm gonna delete this real quick. I'm just going to prompt our AI now to add some texture. So let's add text to this div. All right, I'm going to give it that. I said, let's add text to this div, make it say explained for non-technical people. Even your parents can understand it. Let's see if it's able to identify and make it look basically exactly like this. I wonder if it'll be able to figure that out. I know if some of you guys have seen my previous videos on Lovable, I actually build software using AI, and this is a bit simpler to do for this use case of this video, building on the landing page and using a template to do it. But I want to showcase the edits feature and how easy it is to actually make edits inside of Lovable. So I hope you guys are seeing value for that sake. Boom. Okay, it understood that. That's perfect. Explain for non-technical people. Even your parents can understand it. So we now have those 3 cards here. I think that looks really good. And let's move on here. We're gonna have to go ahead and change this. So I'm gonna come back over to the edit feature. Let's delete this again. So I changed this to adopt or get left behind. And let's go ahead and change this text now. I like this gradient text. I'm really happy with the template I chose because I think it just looks super clean. I'll actually use this for my newsletter. So I'm gonna select this text here and I'm actually gonna prompt Lovable to come up with some copy for me so I don't have to brainstorm this myself. All right, so I think that looks good. We believe nobody should be left behind when it comes to adopting AI. Our mission is demystify artificial intelligence concepts so everyone, regardless of technical background, can harness its potential in their daily lives and work. I'm gonna say that's a little long. Let's shorten it slightly. All right, I think that's much better. Nobody should be left behind in the AI revolution. We're here to make artificial intelligence accessible to everyone, regardless of technical background. So that looks great. I think that's awesome. Next up, what are we gonna change here? So I'm gonna just delete this. I don't think we need this in our landing page. So let's delete that as well as this. Let's delete this. Let's just delete the whole section as well as testimonials. We won't include that. I'm also going to delete this because I want to just use the text box that I have below. So we'll use this as our actual call to action for our landing page. Let's just delete this entire section here. Delete, delete. All right, there we go. So I think this is how we want this to look. We want our initial hero here. So we have AI for non-techies made simple. We have our weekly AI updates and use cases. With this, I think that looks super smooth and clean. Adopt or get left behind. I love how this looks here, as well as we have our subscribe call to action right there, as well as this. So let me make a change right here. And let's just say, let's first of all, delete this image there so it doesn't have the branding. Let's save that. And I want to add this. So this text is in the middle here. So let's just say, move this text to the middle of the parent div. So the parent div is essentially this because it's inside of that. So let's click on this. Boom. There we go. Okay. So now that looks great. Next up, what we need to do, we actually need to add functionality for this. So we need to actually enable when a user signs up, it actually sends a webhook to Zapier in order to send their email and store it. So we could actually add that to our email marketing software. So let's go ahead and test if this works right now. So let's just add an email. Boom. Subscribe. So it says that it's working. However, there's no endpoint for this. So let's go ahead and let's basically come to Lovable, or actually let's go to Zapier. And what I'm going to select for the triggers, I'm going to select a webhook. Trigger event is going to be catch hook. So essentially what a webhook is, it catches information from a different application. So essentially when somebody clicks subscribe, it will then send the email address to this webhook URL, which will be inside of Zapier, which we could then take and use in an automation. That's the power of Zapier and why it's a great platform. But let's click continue. And we just need to copy this URL here. Don't click test trigger yet, but I'm going to come back and just say when a user clicks subscribe to the newsletter, send the info to this webhook URL. I'm going to paste that Zapier webhook URL and let's give it a sec. Okay, it's saying that it's now sending a webhook. Let's test this. All right, so thank you for subscribing. If this is working, we should now see a new request record, which I do. So there we go. It shows the email, which is the email I just added, and it shows a source, which is a newsletter subscription. That is great. That's working. So I could continue with this. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go to a ChatGPT step, and I'm going to basically create a thank you or a welcome email to this user. So let's go to conversation, connect our ChatGPT OpenAI account. I'm going to basically say, greet the user, say, welcome the user to the AI for non-techies newsletter. Okay, so welcome the user to the AI for non-techies newsletter. This is his newsletter that showcases all the new AI developments for non-technical people. Summarize the email in 2 sentences. And then I basically said, here's the user's email to custom greet them. And I added my email address. So let's go ahead. Let's select ChatGPT 4o mini. Let's just move forward here, click continue, and let's test this. It should now craft an email using ChatGPT, obviously. So the reply is, welcome to the AI for non-techies newsletter, Brock. We're excited to bring you the latest developments in artificial intelligence. Boom. That's actually pretty great. So let's go ahead and we could publish publish that, but we need to add some new steps here actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to Gmail and I'm going to create action event. And this is going to be send email. I'm going to basically take the email address that I captured from the webhook. So add my email address here. From email, we need to select a from email. So it's going to be the same one just for the sake of testing this out. And for the subject, let's just say welcome to the AI for non-techies community. That's great. And then for the body, we need to actually take the reply message from ChatGPT from our previous step that it generated. Click continue. Let's now test this step and I should now be receiving an email. Let's take a look. Here we go. So here is the email. Welcome to the AI for non-techies community. There we go. It's customized for me. That's all looking great there. What we could also do is we could actually add another step here. So let's say you have an email marketing software like Klaviyo, for example. You could come here and you could basically add them to your newsletter. And that is what I'll be doing. I need to actually set up my newsletter platform and configure it with Zapier, but we could basically add a profile to the list. It would then send that email, or it would then add that person to our newsletter, and that should be all good to go there. All right, this should be good to go. Our automation on the back end should be working. So I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna publish our landing page and let's test it out one more time. Boom, this looks so smooth. I'm so happy with the template we chose. So AI for non-techies made simple. This all looks great. Everything looks amazing in here. Boom, let's add our email address. So I'm gonna subscribe to this. We should now be receiving an email. And there we have it. Here is the email. So dear Message Shipping Services, welcome to the AI for non-techies newsletter, your go-to source for the latest AI developments presented in an accessible way. We look forward to helping you stay informed. So there we go, guys. We built out our landing page using Lovable. We used a template. We made some edits with their new edits feature, and we are ready to launch this. So hope you guys got some value from this. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment. There's a link to use both Zapier and Lovable in the description. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.